Olivier and Mr. Telford.
Okay. All right. I think that's pretty much fine. So I getting a professionals and engineers for the
Yes.
first goal.
Yes.
So let's
An idea I think is simple. Like I said, we want to do the same thing in US also. Engage all the universities.
Okay.
That's it. So we initiate our GEMBA program, launch our GEMBA program in all the university campuses, and we duplicate that model in Pakistan as well as in Nigeria.
Okay. So pretty much I can just, okay, let's take a university, for example, in Nigeria, Futu. We'll get the professionals in the university, both academic and non-academic. I have a minimum of 200, and that creates the Futu community.
Yes, exactly. And I think, like I said, every university needs food,
right?
Correct? Every university needs housing also.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So idea will be very simple that, okay, every university campus should have this 200 home photo community with, vertical farm, restaurants, and so that all the university students, faculty, and everybody can be served. And the model can be easily shown to everybody.
Okay. So pretty much
it can be built right on the campus.
Okay. Or maybe in a
don't have to really look for a different site. Land. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So
get a state university,
too, right?
Yeah, get a state university which has got, a good acreage of land, like we require at least about 5 acres will be a comfortable, acreage for building these Wheel of Life Farm School campus. Okay. So, and I think that should be the first point. We start building this in the university campus. So people do not need to relocate, and all the trainings and everything can be comfortably provided in the university campus.
Okay.
And that university should have this Wheel of Life Farm School. So that's our first initial project.
Okay.
That all universities in USA should be enjoying this campus, and it is necessary and mandatory because COVID-19 is spreading, in university campuses.
Okay.
Okay. So they need that very badly. So we can set up these campuses there. We can set up these clinics over there, and everybody can then be contact traced, isolated, and then treated, in the same, facility.
Okay.
In the university campus.
Okay, great. Another thing I just want to mention here is this, because we need to look at what is obtainable here in the US and also what's obtainable in developing world. You get to a university, you talk to them. Pretty much what I'm trying to look at it is this. Get professionals from the university. They buy into this. So to avoid, one of the things you mentioned, to avoid unnecessary bottleneck, bureaucracy, and corruption, they'll be able to move, look for a particular community, maybe within that same area, get the land, and then start using the land for this particular project.
Exactly. Okay. And I think idea will be very simple because, Sunny and Kani campuses in New York are all available to us.
Okay.
In all the Sunny and Kani campuses, we can start building these Wheel of Life Farm schools right there. Okay. And then, and that can become part of the COVID-19 project also. Governor Cuomo can, wonderfully announce that every American who is suffering from COVID-19 can come to New York. Borders are open. We will treat them in our Wheel of Life Farm School, modular hospitals. They live, they enjoy, they recover, and then they go back and duplicate the model in their countries.
Now, another quick question is this. All these 200 persons, that's assuming they come up with a minimum, some come up with more than the minimum. Building this particular thing, how would they be funded?
No, I think it's we accept the donations. It will come into our NGO account. Okay. And then NGO account fund, that COVID-19 fund which we are creating, is like a Kardan Hasana fund, and then that fund which gets accumulated, we can, currently we are calling it a COVID-19 fund. It will be, sort of be deposited in our NGO account, V account, or Climate Smart Initiative account of Dr. Easy. And, eventually we can set up, the crowdfunding is legal in USA. So we can set up our SAM's Climate Smart Crowd Fund to manage larger, volumes.
Okay.
Like, billions of dollars of amount is coming over there. So then that fund can be established, and the fund will be professionally managed by, financial people.
Okay.
So that's a starting point, is simply a v.net account, bank account, and then, the for-profit business will happen through our HSBC account of the company. And in the same HSBC bank, we will establish our non-profit account. And so all the transactions can comfortably happen cost effectively, ledger to ledger.
Okay.
So the bank charges, etc., are not levied upon us.
Okay.
You don't lose any money.
So once that is done, the thing is this: how would this, let's say, Wheel of Futu, Wheel of Farm School, how would they get their funding to start building that after enrollment?
So this is exactly that fund which we are establishing is going to be allocating the funds.
Okay, we'll allocate the funds now. These funds allocated to them, they are required to pay back when and how?
That will be established based on, the amount. It's like the same situation, we can simply say, okay, 72% of the profits should be returned back from the project, and 28% should be going to the people who are operating the project.
Okay. All right. So basically, but they will have to pay back that fund that they used to build.
In that fashion, So if the subsidiary, if the project is making more money, they will be able to pay back faster. And if they are making, their price is low, but this idea is 72%, that earning should be returned back, comfortably to us, the profits, okay, not the principal amount.
Okay. All right. I think that's fine. So how soon can, let's say within a month now, we're able to set all these things in Futu and they're ready to go.
So we are ready to go today.
If they are, let's say they are ready to go today.
Yeah, v.net account is available.
Okay.
And you are seeing that account in our message. This Dr. Easy will give you a permanent account. That's a temporary account we are using. Okay. And then eventually a permanent account will be established in HSBC, and that will be available. So you can start today. There's nobody stopping you from doing it today.
Okay. So pretty much what I'm going to do is set up a base of them collecting it. So they start enrolling, and then we'll be getting gears. Once the enrollment is done, we'll transmit to the major account.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. That's fine. And then once that is done, they start getting things to start work on what they're doing.
Exactly. I mean, immediately we will do say as soon as the 200 people are engaged, for a particular community and engineers are enrolled, we will have a Zoom conference like this, like an orientation conference.
Okay.
So everybody is on board. We welcome everybody into our program, like it happens in every university campus.
Right.
So we will be doing that online, and, everybody will be welcomed, and, we start the execution.
Okay. All right. Good. So the education is going to be, most of the material is going to be shared online. The process.
Most of the things will be online, because that's what the technology allows us to do that. Energym University is right there in USA. 600 courses are there. Okay. So everything will happen online, but everybody will be just in time enabled, so they don't lose a single second of non-performance.
Okay. So it's like a hands-on learning.
Hands-on executive program for everybody.
Program. You learn today, you implement.
You implement immediately.
You implement.
Immediately.
You implement. It's not like, okay, you learn something and you're waiting for 4 years to use it. No,
not at all. It's not even like a cooperative education program, okay? It's 100% executive.
Yes.
100% just-in-time application of learning.
Okay.
For a preschooler to a PhD.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Everybody will be groomed and trained like that.
Okay.
And they will be, I mean, education will become fun for them, you know.
Right.
They would be loving it.
Okay.
So that's a plan.
That's pretty cool. So I think we can go ahead and do that and get those things settled and
Correct.
set up. So Madam Ugoji is here, so would also like to hear from her. I think you and I have been doing the talking.
She can now, you know, I think she's good in summarizing everything. So she can give us a 2-minute summary.
I can't summarize it. Can't summarize it.
Summarize it and then start the execution. Okay, it's the start of the week. Start of the week, and you know, start the execution process. Make sure that you know, Mr. Panda and his family is enabled, so they are ready really to move forward, and you know, so engage them fully. And I've given some very, very important people's name to Ifyani, you know, like do interact with Rosenthal, okay? And X-ray Mr. Rosenthal, he's maybe, I'm 65, 66, he's about 10 years older than me. Lot of experience, entrepreneurial experience. He's an African and he wants to really, you know, transform Africa, you know, into a benchmark continent. So his project is really universal in nature. And this is exactly what we are trying to do also. Okay. So we can really, he has already signed a joint venture agreement with us. Okay. So all the technologies, everything which is available with him. Okay. Don't ask him for any money because, you know, I mean, he has not performed with respect to money, but anything and everything which is available, his wisdom, his network, his every technologies, everything is available to us.
Okay.
So do talk to him.
Okay. Now, quick question. How, if we have someone else who wants to come in, maybe a company and all those things, you talked about joint venture agreement. Can you explain the joint venture a little bit?
Joint venture is very, very simple. You know, I mean, I think
I mean, the joint venture with him, does someone else required to sign that same joint venture? Or is it just Jameen to him?
For instance, I am actually working on today.
Okay.
Today I was working on 850 acre site owner. Okay, who is giving me a site of 850 acres to build our university campus. Okay. Okay. So I said, well, good. We will sign a joint venture agreement with the owner of the land. Okay. You know, we will make the estimate of the land value. Okay. And based on the land value and the total capex of the project, okay, he will become a JV partner, you know, that percentage. Okay, and then definitely the land is his, and we will go in and start developing the land. So, you know, it's like a 99-year kind of a contract. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, the reason I asked about that is that's another thing that we can actually present to some of the community, the universities, because they have enough land.
Exactly. So I think it's a very standard format which we already have developed. I will share, I think, that with Dr. Easy about the format which we are using. And all the more, I've signed a lot of JV agreements with people. So we will be sharing that with her, and then she can, you know, look into it and formalize it basically.
Right. So if that will be formalized and it's a standard thing, so we know we have this particular thing that we can present and say, hey, we have these, how many acres of land or hectares of land do you have? We'll be able to do that and then use that as a basis to attract, you know.
And I think my preference is this, that in all countries, government land are really being wasted. Okay. So since we are bringing in foreign direct investment into that country, we would like to acquire the government land. Most of the land which has been dedicated to armed forces, okay, huge acres of assets are, you know, being wasted also. So they are idle, they are available. So idea is the priority number one is to get that land which is not being utilized from, say, in New York, from Governor Cuomo. Okay, so they provide the land, we build on that land, and the government also gets a good revenue from it.
You know, that model, it can very much work in New York because it's nothing like quid pro quo. It's not a pay to play kind of thing.
Exactly.
In
and I think I know
why it
will
world, you are looking at a pay to play, a quid pro quo. And the initial conversation we have, we want to take this thing exactly out of the hands of minimize corruption.
Exactly.
So we have to do certain things. It might not be tweak it a little bit to suit the individual country or area. Because right here, talking with Governor Como, he's not going to tell you, hey, you know what? I need X amount of things before I can sign this paper.
Okay.
But you go to Nigeria now or Ghana or any place, one commissioner tells you, okay, oh yes, we have this land. It's not doing anything, but before I can sign it, you know, this, that. So to try to avoid all those things, we might go for private owners who maybe have 25 acres and say, hey, you're not using this, but we can develop this. This is the business model. This is what you stand to benefit. And maybe in that way, we'll be able to acquire more lands to do that. Now,
so I think Dr. Easy can really work with the governments. The priority is this, that, okay, we are not interested in acquiring any land, zero investment on land, okay?
Right.
We do joint venture agreement on the land and we build on the land, okay? We do not own the land, right? Ownership becomes automatic for us because, you know, the landowner owns the land and he's enjoying sustainable income from the venture which we are creating for them. And that we are guaranteeing
his contribution to the entire project.
And we are guaranteeing that, you know, whatever money they made, you know, last year, we are, you know, giving them 10% more guaranteed income.
Okay. All right.
Because so nobody would say no to it.
That's correct. So pretty much the assignment I have now is one, from the community, two, land.
Right.
These are two basic things first.
And I think start with, like I said, you know, that will happen in parallel automatically. It will be easier also to convince everybody once the first model is being built in a partner university in Lagos. Once the first model is being built in a partner university where we are setting up our company in, say, New York.
Right.
Because the model is already built, you know, so it's very easy to demonstrate. Okay, we don't need to talk a lot.
Right.
After that. It's already built, it's working, come and see, duplicate the model.
Right, because our people want to see it first.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody wants to see it first, okay?
And I want to get involved.
And this is what happened exactly in Pakistan, okay? One of the very powerful man, okay, who is a blockchain expert also, and he is also a civil servant, okay, working for sort of, you know, federal investigation agencies, you know, FIA, a very powerful man, okay?
Right.
A public servant. He said, okay, Mufaddal, no more talking. I'm giving you 1.5 acres in Islamabad. Build something.
Okay.
Show it to me. Okay. I said, good. So we are finalizing the JV contract with him, and, you know, the project is already on, you know, we are starting to build the situation there. So that's how it happens. You know, I mean, the model, once it is created in a university campus, then becomes very easy for people to duplicate.
Let me ask you, if I have someone now who is going to tell me and say, Ifani, stop talking, I have 2 acres of land.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. You guys do what you got to do.
One of the simple JV agreements, you know, I mean, simple. Okay. We start the project right away. University is not, I mean, university is a preference, okay?
Okay.
Government land is a preference because we are getting that incentive from the government.
Right.
So they're providing the land and, you know, government is getting supported.
Okay.
Okay. Because we are not getting the land free from the government. Government will get the revenue from that project, okay? Wow. So it's beneficial for the government when we want to support all the governments.
Because
they are in a financial mess.
Because I know basically once it gets started, then the government sees it's working. they want to
Right.
get involved. In that
But
case,
eventually, I think for the government also, one university campus, one model in a university campus will actually engage everybody.
right. We can that can be done. That can be done. The thing is,
Exactly.
okay.
Because the mayor of the city, the governor, or maybe in Nigeria, President Buhari would love to, inaugurate that particular campus. And then it is covered, and everybody will see the benefit of it.
That's in all where things work smoothly.
Okay, and final thing, yesterday I had a discussion on that topic, and that final thing is this, that Nigeria and Venezuela, okay, are in serious trouble, and most of the petroleum producing countries are.
Yes.
Okay, so we can definitely, invest in that sector also. Okay?
In
the petroleum sector, basically, and get an exclusive contract of transforming BLCO, which is bonylite crude oil, into climate smart fuel. Okay? That is needed by everybody, and that project we can integrate in our university campuses.
All right, good. So those are the list of things to integrate, and I think as we move forward, we're going to have many people. And again, one thing I don't want us to do is lose focus. This thing of the people that we're trying, because I know Nigeria, I know West Africa. Once something comes up, the top guys hijack it, and it doesn't trickle down.
I know that, and I think that is a challenge which President Buhari has. That is a challenge which PM Imran Khan has, and we have to enable them through our USA cloud. Okay, don't mess with us otherwise.
For that.
Yeah, exactly.
I think we have a solution for that. Yeah, the solution is us getting involved, building it with, like you said, the professionals and also the community members. Right. In that case, it is theirs. You use them for the pilot program, and as it goes, then these people begin to get involved rather than them being the people forced to get it. Because I know,
I've experienced that. I worked with those people. I know how they think, and like we summarized, Africa is, super rich 1%, super poor 99%.
Right.
That's what Africa is. There is no middle class in Africa.
Absolutely. Okay.
Okay. So that is what we need to change.
Okay.
Which we will do.
I think that's really great. I believe it's doable, and we'll start again. I will communicate with a few persons and start getting this community thing going, and also the land thing, working on it. Maybe we would talk back on Friday or something like that. But I want to hear
now I think you guys are probably self-sustaining, and like I discussed with Guillermo also yesterday, if I need to be involved, my YouTube channel is there. Most of the questions, like this meeting, will be available. We can publish this meeting also to everybody, so everybody understands what we talked about. Who is the leadership team, so everybody knows you guys, and then, it becomes easy for people to comprehend and understand. And what we need to do is this, your assignment, basically, the first one would be today, is to really, summarize this into a 5-minute separate video in your local language.
Okay.
Spoken in Africa, Swahili, and, so that's easy because we are communicating with the masses.
Okay.
And everybody loves to listen to, good news in their own language.
Okay.
Because it doesn't look like a foreign thing, it looks like a local thing.
Right.
Okay. So that is very important that you summarize this, make it sort of available as a project, university team can do that project of transforming this 5-minute messages, into a message which can be translated into all languages or played in all languages, it can be dubbed.
Okay.
Okay, like movie dubbing happens, right? You can see movies in all different languages now. So that technology exists. So we should be doing the same thing, with these, messages which we want to communicate.
Okay. All right. Dr. Go, did you have some of those want to hear from you. He said you're good in summarizing, so.
No, I can't summarize this one. I just say I look forward to a good working relationship to develop both Nigeria and Pakistan.
Exactly.
And let's
And I
not
think
also forget
we have
the
all
Caribbean
the,
too.
yeah, all the tools needed to move forward is there. And I think there is no need or no reason not to move forward. Okay.
Oh, I was going to ask you a question for both of you. Are you interested in PPE? Is there any PPE equipment needed in your community? For you, brother, in Pakistan, where are you getting your PPE supplies?
Well, actually, what we are doing is this, that Pakistan is manufacturing, most of the